Hi, Cancer. It's been a while. And you know what? I'm doing your reading now. It's not for October. It's not for November. It's just a bonus read. This is going to be a general reading for Cancer Sun, Moon, and Rising. Or if you have your Sun in your 4th house. You might even have a stellium in Cancer if you have like a lot of planets there, right? If there's a lot of Cancer focus in your chart, this could be a reading for you. Let me turn the music down a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. Work cheekbones. See, when you don't try, that's when you catch it. That cut. Anyway, let me go ahead and get myself ready to do your reading, honey. All right, get that out of the way here. All right, so I'm going to be using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck today because it's the one that's readily available. It's a small, skinny one, so it'll fit on the table here. And I read well with these, I believe. So let's get started. Cancer. What are the messages for Cancers? Sun, Moon, Rising, or Sun in the 4th house? What are you giving us, Spirit? Thank you so much today. I burned some incense. Not incense. I did burn... What did I burn? I burned some sage, but I have moon incense, so I'm gonna shuffle this. I'm gonna put it down. Showing you that I'm doing it, right? All right. Okay. Putting in the work. Putting in the time, putting in the energy, realizing that if you want things to change, you're going to have to do it yourself, right? Okay, let me cut this deck for you. Stacking it back together. I should have just done the 3-second, then done the spread, but let me light this incense for you guys. It's moon. It's not a spinning stool, honey. I get so tired when I get tired of the sticks for the incense on the end being like way too big. I'm like, honey, the incense holders are really not trying to take all that. So this is moon, right? And I believe it's from the company Hem. I'm not really, it's not my ideal incense, right, to use. But I like a variety. I try a lot of different ones, honestly. But this is what I have right now, okay? And this painting here, or this digital art, is done by an artist, and they are on IG if you want to follow them. Yeah, it is Stephanie Hymas, and their tarot page is Miss, as in MISS, _discerning _I. Okay, let me go put this away. Okay, we're coming towards the end of Mercury retrograde. How has it been for all of you? I know that it has kind of been like, neither here nor there for me, I feel. I don't know. It definitely has shown me typical, typical things that would go on during a Mercury retrograde season. Wow, it is late. Anyway, let me get started with this reading, okay? Because I don't want to talk too much, and, I don't really do long intros or anything like that. But the Three of Pentacles did come out for you. So it's talking about there being time for growth, right? Maybe you're achieving something at work, or maybe you are managing your time very wisely. You know, you're being assertive with your time and you're using your resources more. And if you're not using them to the best of your ability, you're trying to train yourself to start to use your resources and your time to the best of your ability. Some of you could be training new skills at a job, perhaps, or some of you might be trying to come up with some wise planning or, you know, some first stage solutions to something, right? So I feel like you are building, you are cultivating, you are trying to grow something, you're trying to watch something improve. You yourself may be improving. You could be feeling like you are improving. You might be getting some emotional satisfaction out of the work that you're doing, and also just seeing an improvement in your environment, in the home perhaps. You might be feeling more secure in the environment that you are in, the space that you are in, right? Some of you could even be actively seeking security within another environment, okay? Yes. All right, so let me go ahead and I've already cut the deck, so let me lay this spread out. Here we go. I'm gonna have to check and see when the actual reading starts, which it has. It has begun, darling. Honey. Okay. Am I competing with the music? All right, so at the bottom of the deck, wow. You've got the Chariot card here, which is number 7, Major Arcana. So it talks about relational energy. It talks about how you might be relating to your experience now. You are no longer stuck trying to understand, right? You are no longer in this phase of accumulating information, right? For the sake of figuring something out. It's like you've got the answer that you need, or you have the impetus to move forward or to carry on. You're no longer feeling like that emotionally complacent Cancer that we can be sometime. No half-stepping, no sidestepping. There's wisdom here. There is growth, and there is, the opportunity to take advantage of how, motivated you feel at this time. So you definitely are feeling emotionally motivated, or you are driven, right? You're feeling emotionally driven to achieve something, right? Or to achieve victory with something, satisfaction with something. You are ready to go into a new phase, right? You're ready to change something about your reality. And now you're feeling newly empowered, generated, okay? Regenerative energy here. Ready to kind of like make some changes, okay? Getting closer to something, getting closer to victory, of course, whatever that means for you, Cancer. Congratulations with this Chariot card coming in, right? It's like this came out first, the Three of Pentacles, so you're doing something right, okay? And because you're doing something right, you're getting closer to victory. And this is a 3, and the 3s are related to that, to the third ray, which is that's related to Cancer, right? And Cancer is the mother, Empress is the mother energy, and this is related to that. So it's like you're putting the work and the action, okay, into something. It's like the passion, the drive, the virility is being expressed through a manifestation, okay? And that's great. Something's happening. Something's coming into form here. Brick and mortar. My friend was saying that the other day, last night. Let's see what's in the center of this reading. Oh, I knew it wasn't going to be all that tea. Okay? Shite. I am knocking down furniture, breaking things with my knees, honey. All right, so there's a little bit of emotional regret. There's some pain here, There could be some resentment, okay? There might even be some disappointment, okay? And this disappointment is coming from the destruction of something, It could be with family, right? You could be feeling some sort of disappointment with family, or you could be feeling some disappointment within a relationship, or you could feel disappointment within something that you were once committed to that changed, and maybe it's uncomfortable that it changed. This was a necessary sort of like lesson, necessary evil, so that you could experience a level of emotional maturity that only would have been prompted by this thing, right? There was a catalyst to this. And because something changed the shape of something, we are feeling disappointed, right? So this is emotional disappointment over something that, it could be an idea that you might have been married to, or an ideal that you might have been married to just because it was a comfort level, or it offered you a sense of security in some kind of way. So now you don't have this sense of security, right? Or you don't have the same feelings that you had before because they were changed by whatever the catalyst was. Right? And this is not a positive energy. It is saying it's saying look on the bright side, right? Look on the bright side. See what it is that you have to look forward to. That's what the fives are talking about as well. It's saying look at what you have to look forward to. What is the answer to the question that you are asking? Or what is it that you are being prompted to see, or to begin to understand or know out of the challenge or the difficulty that you might be facing, right? There is something there. It's not just for you to suffer, Cancer. Okay. Yeah. So it's almost kind of like making you feel like your abilities, right? Or what it is that you were, producing. It's, the proficiency of something has been ruined, or you're not as proficient with something now, or you're not able to be as proficient, or you're not able to have it the same way anymore, or that which you desire you may not be able to have. This is also disappointments within sexuality. This could also just be disappointments from deaths that could be occurring for some of you, endings perhaps, right? This could also even be like miscarriages for some of you in some kind of way, shape, or form. Let's see what the challenge is. Two of Cups. Okay, so definitely relationships for some of us, right? The challenge is gaining emotional balance, but you just have to look on the bright side. Pay attention to what needs attention, right? Because the fives are saying like, hello, trying to get your attention, right? Look over here, realize something, know this. Okay, I'm getting know this. You are not unlovable, or whatever that is. Whatever this is that is disappointing you, it is also showing you it's showing you your weakness, but it's also showing you your strength, This Two of Cups is Venus and Cancer, and Venus wants balance, it wants pleasure, it wants harmony. Okay, so this is trying to restore your emotional balance, balancing out your emotions. How are you coping, right? This could even be like looking at ways to escape, right? Some of you, through drinking or through, it could even be through drugs. It could be through anything, right? That you could be that you could be giving your undivided attention to. Sorry, it's late and I want to get this reading out for you guys. But you're definitely feeling disappointed over a relationship that ended, or something that changed for you that was like, that you were attached to, you know? And it could have been an unhealthy attachment because obviously that thing is no longer attached to you in the way that it was. And now you're seeing how it's affecting you now. But if you look deeper, then you can kind of like ask yourself, wow, it really did have a hold on me, or something did, you know, in some kind of way, shape, or form. But now I am seeing that, you know, also it was toxic too. There was something toxic here with this Mars and Scorpio being there, for sure, right? A lot of toxicity within the relationship or within the communication, right? Or maybe there could have been some hidden things, right? That were making it that way. But the Three of Pentacles and the Chariot say you're ready to move forward. And so does the Six of Swords, right? This is changing things for you, right? It's like new ideas, fresh state of mind, you know, looking on the bright side as you move forward. You know, this could be, this is in the recent past, so this could be like with people that you know, maybe you've changed, maybe you have outgrown some things, or maybe it's just time to look in a new direction with something. And this was in the recent past, right? Definitely. Learning your lesson, and what you've learned, you're now taking it with you and you're applying it in a way that is bringing in some new experiences for you. Right? And you're seeking new experiences. Maybe even seeking new relationships with people that aren't in your regular circle of friends, or people who you aren't familiar with, right? Or you might just be going to unfamiliar territory right now in your life. Your daily life is going into is an unfamiliar territory, or it's changed, right? Your patterns have changed. Your habits are even changing too, right? That's a card of information that takes you to a new place. Right, because it's Mercury in Aquarius. You know, this isn't just information for information's sake. This is definitely information that is getting you from one place to another. Okay. It's a travel card too, short distance travel, you know. So some of you may need to get away, get some fresh air, or maybe you need to create some space. Yeah, so there were some boundaries that were created. There were some lines that were drawn here. Right? Something drew the line. And that's in the past, the recent past. So let's look at the Sun position here. Yes. The Hierophant. It's talking about the challenges that we face in life when we are shown how we may have been limiting ourselves through attachments that, you know, we valued, okay? Belief systems that we valued, that were limiting, okay? This is, and you're limited because you don't know what you're capable of, right? The greatness. But this is also kind of like realizing that you're not perfect with when life's challenges kind of punch you in the face, kick you in the gut, that type of thing. This is remembering that you're always meant to change and evolve, and nothing is constant. The only thing that is constant is that everything is changing, you know? And that's what gives you the strength and the wisdom to keep moving forward and to keep pushing on and to keep, you know, finding ways to stay inspired. And that is why we should be able, that is why we want to be able, and that is why we can mature, grow. You know, our family teaches us things so that we can get along in society and survive. And then once you leave your family or the place that you that you grew up and the place that you were raised, you have to continue to mentor yourself as you move forward. You know, you're never going to know everything, or you're never going to know all the answers. You're never going to have all of the answers. So you're always going to be faced with something that makes you question who you are and where you come from. You know who you are, you know where you come from, but you also have to understand and where that the place where you have come from may have had some fucked up belief systems or some really messed up institutional beliefs or some, you know, outdated practices. Maybe it was super duper religious, you know, because this is a card of religion and marriage. This is a card of expectations too, right? And it's in the sun position. So this could be saying that you have higher expectations of yourself. This is bringing focus to, like I said, evolution, but you know, spiritual strength. Yeah, the moon is there, evolution. And this is a card that says, you know, you're still discovering things as you navigate through life. And that is what enhances the quality of life. When things aren't always easy, when things are challenging sometimes. And then when things are challenging to a point where things are destructive and, you know, well, when things reach a point where they're destructive, that's when it's really loud and you really have to see what's in front of you, you know? And you also have to be able to acknowledge what's not in front of you, you know? And what's not in front of you are probably some of the things that you should still give importance to. If that makes any sense. So it's like you have to listen to the voice in your head, or you have to listen to how Spirit or God is testing you and prompting you to see when, at times when you can be good, right? I feel like that's what the Hierophant is. what the Hierophant is. It's Venus, you know, it's Taurus. Two of Swords in the Moon position. This is the Moon in Libra. So we just had a new Moon in Libra. And this is talking about having some choices to make, having some decisions to make, right? And this is saying not fearing making the decision either, right? Feeling empowered because you have options. And you have the right to exercise whatever those options that you know you have. Right? Whether it's with job, whether it's with relationships, whether it's with friends and family. You know, and don't ignore the truth about how you feel, right? And you also have to choose your own path. No one is going to choose your path for you. Choose your own path to evolution, right? You have to take risks sometimes, you know? And this is also why the Hierophant and the number 5s are talking about the fears too. You know, because it does say what you see is not all there is, right? So that's the challenge. That's the upheaval. When what you've been looking at in front of you has suddenly changed, right? And this is how you have suddenly changed. Not suddenly, but you know, it's like you are undergoing, you know, like a spiritual growth spurt, if you will. And this is also a quality of life improvement here in the Sun position, in whatever way, shape, or form that resonates with you, because you know what it was that was creating the I guess dissonance? I don't know. Before, right? And now it's kind of like you're in a better place. You're in a better place of comfort. You're in a better place of existing and being, right? In your energy. You know, this Moon in Libra here being the Two of Swords could be talking about just accepting the truth about how things are and not deceiving yourself. And when you choose to accept the truth, you know, and not continue to hide behind your fear and illusion, you face your fear of the truth, and you get to choose how you respond to being faced with that situation or that choice. How you feel being faced with that choice, you know? Do you feel empowered, disempowered? Right? You have the choice, right? How do you see it? Right? It's your narrative. You know? Right. Okay. You know, and you could be trying to decide whether or not you want to block someone, cut off communication within a relationship, create some healthy boundaries because you don't want to be hurt again, right? That type of thing. Trying to find some balance too. Okay. In the anxieties, you have the Seven of Cups, which is talking about being confused about what you want. And also it's relating to the past experiences that were toxic, that have had taken a toll on you emotionally, you know? And this is asking you to heal from those things, right? That you are spending a lot of time trying to reconcile. Okay? Sorry. And this is Venus being in the 7th house from Taurus, or it's Venus being in the 2nd house from Libra, right? Because it's Venus in Scorpio. Okay, so this is just like too many opportunities to make something right. This is also just kind of like not knowing what to choose, not knowing how to feel, you know? I feel like some of you have anxieties because you don't know how you feel. You have a multitude of feelings, and there are a lot of things that you are trying to deal with at one time here. You know, you have to make a decision. You have to prioritize what it is that you want over what it is that others might want or want for you. You know, it's your emotional satisfaction that is important, not others. Right? So you have to focus on that, what you want, what you desire, not what other people might want or desire for you, for them. Okay? Let's look at your Mars position. Yes. Ace of Rods. You know, don't hesitate. Don't be reluctant to be self-affirming. Right? This is reigniting something inside of you. And it also is saying put something to rest so that you can get to work, right? It's saying get started. It's time for you to realize the power of your potential. It's also giving you the energy to take this leap, take this risk, right? It's electric. This is the beginning. Of a powerful change that's occurring right now in this moment. This is Aries direct or Mars direct and Aries energy. This is Mercury direct energy. You know, so I feel like you're going to be energized once this Mercury transit and this Mars transit move forward and this full moon happens, right? Which is ruled by Venus. Yeah, so Venus rules this full moon. You know? And this is just kind of like exercise your passions. Exercise your creativity. Do what matters to you. Right? Let's see what's going on in your Venus position. Page of Cups. You need to exercise your emotional, or you need to be stimulated emotionally, right? Or you need to use your, you need to channel your emotions into creativity. You need to learn how to make use of these emotions, because they're not positive or negative, right? They just are. You have to know how to tend to them, right? What the needs are. Also, like, some of you could be dealing with like special needs children, right? You could be trying to relate to special needs children, or there could be some changes that could be happening in their development. So you're trying to understand like what it is that like has improved, or what hasn't improved, or some things that maybe you need to improve upon in order to relate and communicate in a healthier way, okay, for you and this person or this child. But this is also a great need to understand how your feelings affect you. You know, this is learning emotional maturity. And this is also saying that the things that bring you pleasure aren't necessarily going to be the things that are going to help you heal or find or gain emotional understanding. You know, you can't always feed yourself things to satisfy the void, or to satisfy the appetite or the need to be understood emotionally. So when you channel the need to be understood emotionally into something creative, that's when you start to get the, you know, the reward. That's when you start to see the reciprocity. That's when, you know, it's kind of like giving that creative energy back to spirit, and it being like, okay, here it is, reflected back to you, and this is how you're healing, right? Art is healing. Creativity is healing. It's very important. And it's important for children to also, and adults, to have something that they can always go back to that makes them feel comfortable, secure, that makes them feel like they are special and are accomplished in some kind of way, shape, or form. That's what the Page of Cups is talking about to me, like the need to be reassured that the beauty is not just outside of you and externally being worn by you, but it also exists inside of you. And we need to be reminded of the beauty inside of us. And that's what this is talking about for you, Cancer, right? Let's see what's going on. Oh, yes. So you got the World, too. Wow. And your outcome energy moving forward. Okay. Can we talk? This is growth. This is growth that came from commitment, right? Putting in the time, putting in the energy, putting in the effort, right? Nurturing your mind, your information, your growth. Nurturing your mind with information for growth, you know? This is applying what you know and what you've learned in a meaningful way to change the outcome of a situation. Or you've changed the course of the karma, or you have redirected, you know, the course of karma. You have water? 1 second. I've got to get a humidifier. I'm tired, but it's okay. I think this is a good message. Okay. So yeah, you know, it talks about your accomplishments too, you know? It talks about your accomplishments here. And, you know, not feeling intimidated anymore, or not feeling like that younger version of yourself. You know, this is feeling like I've matured in some kind of way, like you can tell a difference, you know? This is also like achieving something with grace, or being very graceful, but also, you know, definitive, right? So it's like, flexible, but stable, right? So this is good. There's a sense of balance here. Balance being restored, you know, in a very meaningful way. There's a sense of maturity that has been reached, okay? And this could even be talking about travel, the world could, you know, right? But this is also your philosophies changing, and that's why you know more, and that's why you have grown, and that's why you see yourself differently, and other people may see you differently too, because the world, the earth, in esoteric astrology rules Sagittarius. So it's having new experiences, okay, now, because you're ready to have new experiences, and that's what the world is talking about. There's a 3 connected to the world. Let's see what's going on in your future. Right. Hey now, you better work. I mean, it kind of got weird with the 5 of Cups in the center, right? Crossed by the 2 of Cups as the immediate influence or the challenge. And then we have the 7 of Cups in the anxieties, which is kind of speaking to the 2 of Swords here, but really the 2 of Swords is also speaking to that 6 of Swords in the past. So this decision that was made in the past, or there was some sort of unveiling of the truth about something, maybe the way that someone might have been, what someone might have been saying, or what someone might have been thinking, you know? Or maybe someone, yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. But the Ace of Pentacles is here in the future for you. So this is the outcome energy moving forward. You're ready. You have learned. You have graduated. You are now in a new phase of living in life, right? And it's saying, yep, we're reaffirming it, honey. Okay? We're giving you an opportunity to be self-reliant. We're giving you an opportunity to start something over. Or we're giving you the opportunity to have a new beginning, okay? Creating a possibility through work, through hard work, okay? This is bills and responsibilities, okay? Right. Yeah, definitely a new sense of stability with the Ace of Pentacles there. Money, okay, doing well. Page of Rods being here at the top, which is saying, whoa, you're excited now, you know. Don't get too sassy with it with this Page of Rods, right? Make sure that you stay, not humble, but stay gracious, right? Be gracious for real. You don't want to be too snappy. You don't want to have too much of a sharp attitude. You don't want to be too much of a show off, like that type of thing. Meaning when you're relating around people, okay? And when you're behaving, when you're around others in an atmosphere or an environment where people are sharing space. It could be inside, outside, whatever. It could be even in the conversation. It's kind of like there's a way to conduct yourself. So this is saying just remember how, it's saying pay attention to how you conduct yourself. show yourself also in your best light, right? Energetic, brave, right? That's what this is. This is someone who is energetic and brave and willing to go for it, right? There's almost like no fear there either. Willing. I feel like, you know, and also it's saying you're learning again how to be self-affirming, how to do things the way that you would if you were that optimistic, carefree version of yourself when you were a younger child. You know what I mean? That's what it is, right? Because the sun is bringing focus to your strengths. And your weaknesses, it's just saying like, remember who you are and let that be your guide always. You know? I'm going to leave it right here, Cancer, because I'm like, whoa, I hope that you got enough messages out of this. There's probably more than one. You know, it's not necessarily a story, but there's information here, and I hope that you are listening with open ears, right? So don't regret something that wasn't good for you anyway, with the Seven of Cups here and the anxiety saying that you are regretting a relationship that kind of like came to a halt, right? And the anxieties are here saying that, you know, what direction are you going in? And also kind of like, you know, lamenting, right? Going through all of the different memories and the feelings and describing all of those, you know, going over it in your head. Stop doing that, right? You've got to set yourself free of the toxic tug that those feelings are constantly reminding you of, right? We've got to heal. We've got to be creative in order to do that, right? Power of potential, self-assertion, right? The power of activity, engagement, you know? Page of Cups is saying understand that there's more to life than, you know, spoiling yourself with things in order to heal from that which you are dissatisfied with or from. Or you're, you know, yes. Because your creative potential and you exercising that is undoubtedly, indefinitely going to give you a sense of satisfaction and self-worth, you know? And that kind of stuff is self-affirming, right? Doing what you do and doing what you do best. Believing in yourself too. And believing that you have room and space to grow, and believing that you have time to grow, and believing that you will grow. Okay? Bam. Your time will come, darling. Bam. Okay? Ka-chow. Yes. And when you get that opportunity, you're gonna be ready. Huh. Okay? All right now. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. It's Providence Tarot. My personal account is NYC Kendrick. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can be alerted whenever I post any videos or go live, okay? I love you, Cancer. I'm sorry I was so loopy and tired here, but talk to you soon.